Now, this is another endeavor that I'm sharing with you, which is SciTweet, where I just spoke about how to select a research paper, right? So you have so many research papers that are related to COVID-19. How do you select which paper to read? Correct? Now that you can select by looking at this particular site. We're right now available on Twitter, but we're also having a Gmail ID where you can write to us, scitweet@gmail.com, that which are the papers that scientists are reading. So which are the specific signal versus what is noise. So from a lot of papers that are available in the public domain, which are the specific papers that are there which you can access and actually read. So this is another endeavor from the Manav desk, which is going to help you to select a paper and then get ahead with reading it. Now, at the helm of affairs, you have to understand that you should also be able to write or know what is there as a research paper. So we just now understood, with very simple examples and a question answer between you and me as to what and how to read a research paper. So your next question should be how to write a research paper. Yes, essentially coming down to the point that communication is essential for the scientific process. What happens when you write a paper? What happens when you write down a report or a commentary? You're communicating to the world. And how are you doing that? How are you doing that? You are communicating to your peers. Yes. And you are also communicating to the outer world that, see, this is the research findings that I have. How will you reach it out to the outer world? By writing a research paper. Okay. So research paper is not written just because you felt like it or your guide felt like it, but because whatever you have done has to be available in the public domain as a value addition, saying that we are adding some new facts or some new know-how in the existing domain that is there. Yes. So key results need to be clearly communicated to the audience. Now you need to understand here, we're going now at the other part of the story. So there we said how to read a research paper. Here we are going to be writing a research paper. So who is going to read? Yes, we are part of a communication workshop where we're talking about science communication. So we understood how to read a paper, and now we're looking at how to write a paper. Now this is a letter written by, you would have guessed so by now, by, yes, Dr. Yes, somebody who discovered the DNA. Now, this is a letter which he wrote to his daughter, and it was later auctioned. And obviously, you know, this is about the discovery of the molecular structure of the nucleic acid. And this was a letter written by Francis Crick to his daughter, where he was elaborating on how excited he was that he had made a discovery of the ribonucleic acid. Now, the goals of scientific writing are, making a clear presentation of the complex problem or accomplishment, addressing a specific hypothesis, yes, advocating a particular viewpoint, and providing a clear path for others to reproduce the work. Now, some of the content here, we already have a background of the same when we have, in my previous set of slides, where we spoke about how to read scientific literature. Yes, there has to be clarity in the concepts and method in the science. Now, this can be very, very complex, and that is what makes writing very difficult and even more difficult to follow it. So, which are the types of papers I discussed in my earlier presentation? Letters, communication, articles, review articles, literature review, and proposals. What are the difference between a letter, article, and a review? What are the differences between a literature review and a proposal? Okay. Now, letters and communication are brief reports of important new results. They have limited length, figures, or references, and their format is more or less abbreviated, and they may have additional supporting information. It still must tell you the entire story without getting into the details of the story. So what about articles? Articles are full reports. of new results. They are not limited in the length, figures, or numbers. They could be a follow-up in complete detail, and they may still have additional data. They follow a traditional format, which is about, we've just discussed the same, and a review gives an overview. We also said the same thing, opinion piece. It's about either your own research or the research in that particular field as a whole. So it definitely helps in generating an opinion piece. Okay, it definitely does not include primary data, but it does thorough referencing. Okay, it does a thorough referencing. A literature review is shorter than a review paper in a journal. It is clear and well organized, and it has a clear reference to the primary literature. Yes, on the other hand, what is a proposal? A proposal introduces and justifies scientific work you wish to pursue. It includes information to put the proposed research in a perspective, almost like a mini review. It clearly lays out the path of the proposed work, and it supports with preliminary results and calculation to demonstrate feasibility. It is more or less a sales document. Why are the proposed experiments interesting? Yes, why should you be the person who should be doing them? What experience or what expertise do you have to do it? Yes, and if successful, where is it going to lead you? What are the common elements, however? The common elements, although they are all different, in the types of documents that we have discussed, is that they all need a clear and precise writing. They all need figures that support and help organize the text. They all need a logical organization, and they all need references to the relevant literature. Okay, that is very, very important.